That came out funny. Basically, the Mid-America Council has adopted as its mission just a very simple statement: provide unparalleled experiences for more youth. And we really have adopted that as our goal here at Cub Scout Resident Camp, as it should be. Everything that we do council-wide should be heading back toward this very basic statement that really covers everything that we do in Scouting. I will call your attention also to this up here. This is our 3-part patch design for this summer's Cub Scout camping programs. At Mid-America Council, we offer 3 nationally accredited camping opportunities. The first one that happens is in May. It's the Cub Family Weekends. We do one out here and one out at Camp Cedars. It's a single overnight activity. Folks come out in the afternoon of a Saturday. They do activity during Saturday. They stay overnight. They do some activity on Sunday before they leave. Real easy introduction to the camping program for usually best for like tigers and wolves who have never done this kind of thing before. So we do Cub Family Weekend in May. Then we kick off our day camp season at the same time as our resident camp season. Day camps happen at the district level. I mentioned BJ is involved in the War Eagle District day camps. We have day camps in all of our 11 districts. They are 5-day day camp programs. Some of them are evening programs. We call them twilight camps. But they are all nationally accredited, meaning they go through all of the BSA national standards in order to become a nationally accredited camp. And we do the same. We go through all of the same standards and then some to get our Cub Scout resident camp accredited as well. And we'll provide 8 weekends. Well, we'll provide 6 weekends and 2 weekday programs this summer within June and July to kind of provide the biggest camping experience that we provide for Cub Scouts. So, 3-part patch design, meaning that if a kid comes to Family Weekend in May, heads out to their district day camp, and comes to our resident camp, they get a cool patch that kind of links together and creates one big picture. We've got a heck of a staff. We really do have a heck of a staff, and I've still got maybe 5 more slots that I'm looking to fill. We've got a lot of returning staff from last year who have been through this once or twice before already under this current format that we've got. And we've got some brand new kids who are coming with some serious enthusiasm. Our staff commitment is really simple. That unparalleled experience thing. We are all of us are going to do our best to provide that experience to your families and to your scouts. We're going to do our best. Very Cub Scout concept, right? Doesn't mean we're always going to deliver perfectly, and that's why we have an evaluation process at the end of every session so you can tell us where we have room to grow. But we're going to do everything in our power to provide the best possible program this summer for your scouts, and we're really excited to do so. 11 million kids go to some kind of camp every year. This is provided by the American Camping Association. They are one of 2 national organizations that accredits camps around the country. Who's the other organization? BSA. Only 2 organizations nationally that do a certain kind of accreditation program for camps in the United States. So 11 million kids every year go out to camp and do stuff. And apparently they like doing the stuff because they keep doing it. Apparently the stuff that they like to do, top 5, are these. Swimming, crafts, challenging stuff to do with ropes, archery, and aquatics. So this is from a similar ACA report. I like these statistics. The first statistic tells me we've got a lot of room for growth because we don't have 11 million people coming to Little Sioux and we could. So we're going to work on that. This statistic, though, is the perfect segue into introducing Amanda and to, pass out the program guides, because this is what we will provide this summer and more. Everything on this list of top 5, we got it.
And Mike and I sat down and we talked a lot, and I had all these wonderful ideas. We're going to do this, we're going to do that, and we found this and I found that. And it was really exciting planning it out. And I actually had more things than we could do in a couple days. And so we had to pick and choose which which ones were priorities, and some of them I was really sad to give up. And so for me, what I did is I went through and I planned out what we were going to do. If you were here last year and you saw me out here, you know that the outdoors, the wilderness, the hiking, all that is my area that I really geek on. And so that was really exciting and exciting for me, doing the whole rockets and stuff like that. I was just like, I don't know. And paper airplanes did nothing for me, kites, until I started researching it. So what I'm going to do before we really, really launch into a whole lot of going over what the program is I'm going to use some wood batch skills. And I am going to use the EDGE method, and I am going to explain, demonstrate, guide, and enable you guys to do this. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about a bunch of pulp that brought together through some different glues and stuff like that, and how you can use this with the pressures in the atmosphere to make it glide through. So what we're going to do, who can tell me what we're going to do? Anybody? Paper airplanes. Paper airplane will not fly straight. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a tube, and I'm going to line up my lines perfectly. And they're not perfectly. Okay, so I'm back in preschool, and I'm moving my shapes down, like so. So my edge here is perfectly straight. Count of 3. 1. You want to count up?
2, 3.
There you go. All right, you guys can go get your airplanes and see. So some of the things that we're going to talk and do, not my expertise, so I'm not going to go over it a lot, is we are going to do the BB guns. The kiddos love that. One of the things that we've talked about this year is limiting the number of kids that can sign up in a particular session. And that way we're not running into that backup and everybody's getting, not enough time to shoot, and we've got that backlog. So that is one thing we are putting in play that Mike talked a little bit about. So we're also going to have our archery range, like we did last year. Kids love it. Kids absolutely love it. The other thing that we had was our, what do we call them?
Giant slingshot.
Giant slingshots. Those are awesome. They were awesome. So this year we're going to have 5 of them.
Well, I'll have 5 baskets, but I would prefer to have limited to 3.
We'll have
So we have backups in case something breaks.
Yeah, and those are so cool because what you guys are working on a brand new program for these kiddos. And we don't want to go in and take all of that over. So how do we specifically cover, where you're still getting the advancements, you're still getting the opportunities, but we're not taking away all of your fun activities that you get to do. And so what I did is I went through swing, and technically signs everywhere, but swing specifically, and said this can be specifically catered to this particular swing. So if you're at BB and archery and that is all you do, everything under swing will be covered. If all you want to do, all your kiddos want to do is go out and fish, everything will be covered under swing. That is it. If we go out and all they want to do is go out to the dock and swim and boat and all of that, they can do the whole thing. Okay, the other thing that we're going to do is our arts and crafts. And I hate the term arts and crafts because it's not really arts and crafts, but it technically is. And that's where we're going to get into making our rockets. We've got the really, really cool bottle launchers that you can build the little pop bottles. And we put them on the launcher, and they launch, and boom, and they go. The other things that we got a lot of feedback on was, not enough downtime. We need a break between all of this. And so we're going to have different things where we're going to be able to, you guys will be able to do self-guided hikes around the camp if you choose to. We're going to have ultimate frisbee available. We'll still have the giant, and if you haven't been out here, it's huge. And I don't know, can you still see the path dock? Where the,
A little bit.
if you drive down and to your right there, just across from the obstacle wall, you'll see where the slip and slide goes. I mean, coming out here, I'm like, it's all flat left. Well, then I got excited because I found out about the lessons. that's where we're gonna get into some leave no trace, talk a little bit about that. And then we're also gonna be able to do, this is I'm really excited about, we're gonna do some first aid scenarios when we're out on our hikes. So it'll be a little bit more fun, we're just not gonna be walking through and doing a hike. We'll be doing a little bit of animal recognition, talking about what it is and how you can tell that your area and your natural areas are helping you from just some of the things that are around. And if anybody's been on any of my hikes last year, did you go on any hikes? Yeah, I talk about some really interesting stuff and get excited about little things that are just a little bit quirky and different things. The other thing that we're going to really talk about that I think is really neat is our ranger beads. How many people are familiar with ranger beads? This is so exciting. This is so cool. Ranger beads and compass and maps and all of that stuff, those are those things where, you know, we hear those stories where somebody's out and they get lost and different things like that. Ranger beads are actually a little loop with little beads on them, and you learn how to calculate your distance, how far you've gone, and things like that through your beads. So there's a lot of really exciting, knowledgeable things that are going to be fun and knowledgeable and help with covering the different requirements that we're in.
Yeah, every Cub Scout program needs beads. I mean, that's just a mainstay of Cub Scouting. This is the coolest application that I've seen between the Ranger bead piece and then one of the things that we'll be promoting through our climbing program. The beads that these scouts earn, they're going to matter and they're going to love them because they actually are a tool, not just a tracking of what they've accomplished. So it's really cool.
Different angles and to make you guys engage in that. I am a firm believer in so much.
It's okay.
So